If I can have your attention, please. Now is the part where you hear us give each other awards. I am your Master of Ceremonies for the evening music director, Mick Cullen, and Carolyn Howard, craft manager, is here to assist me in handing out the awards. Welcome to the 6th Annual GEO Awards. Before we get started with the awards, we'd like to recognize some important attendees here in the audience and some people who have been major contributors to tonight's ceremony. This has been an event months in the making and requires the hard work and coordination of many people, most of whom, as you know, are working full-time and have varying schedules of their own, making it necessary to conduct a lot of business by phone or email, not always easy to coordinate. First, let's thank the board of directors. If you could stand up, if you are present when I call you. Bish Kripko, Bob Powers, Elena Lara, Fran Kripko, Dominic Mahoney, who's already standing up, Rich Hill, Terry Lumpkins, and Sean Hauser. Thanks very much, board. Next, also we'd like to recognize the GEO Planning Committee. Little known fact, several of them camped out here for weeks just to scout out the location, and that's dedication, ladies and gentlemen. If I could ask you again to all stand up when I call you. Sean Hauser again. Dominic Mahoney. Wayne Boyker. Pat Cameron. Rich Domenico. Cheryl Dunlap. David Jakes. Bish and Fran Kripko. Elena Lara. And Al Weissman. Thanks very much for your hard work, everybody. We're going to start off tonight recognizing our contributing interns. Our interns provide assistance in finding music, responding to emails, voicemails, helping out on the air, and doing research. We are happy to give them the opportunity to gain this practical experience, and their enthusiasm and energy remind us of why we keep doing this, even when it's difficult. So, we've got this year's contributing interns are Ben Burkhart from Wakanda High School, Sarah Jackson from Wakanda High School, Sean Fury from CLC, Jacob Menhier from Round Lake High School, and Brock Zwicky from Illinois State University. They are young and they all have better things to do on a Friday night. Marching band or they're studying for midterms? All right. Now for some awards that people are here for. Outstanding new programs. Program offerings are always changing at any media outlet, and especially at WRLR, where we're all volunteers and our schedules are changing all the time. I was just saying to Carolyn yesterday that it's been really exciting over the last year, maybe year and a half, to see a lot of new blood come to the station, a lot of new shows being offered, and it's really making me feel excited about the future of WRLR. So as we call you, if you're here, please come up and accept your award. For many of the rest of the awards tonight, everyone in the category will be recognized, and then there is also one overall winner of Most Outstanding in that category, as chosen by WRLR administrators and staff. So we've got first, Lou Bruno and Ann Walker for CERT Presents.
Where should we do the Jeopardy?
Bob Monahan for Everyday Law. Frank Tarzuski for Music Matters. Adam and Maureen Hune for Perpetual Playlists. Dave Mearswa for the Dave Mearswa Show. Craig and Kyle Callahan for the Kyle and Craig Show. Some guy named Sean Hauser for the Mighty Marmalade Music Hour. And the winner in this category with the award for Outstanding New Program is Tyler Lang for Garage Noise. A hand for all the new programs. Right on. And we're going to move right on to Outstanding Talk Programs. WRLR, of course, offers not just music, but Lake County residents and visitors can also tune in to hear our volunteers speak on topics that they are passionate about and have expertise in. There are 17 talk shows on WRLR. 8 general topic, 4 informative, 3 religious, and 2 inspirational. The range of topics we offer continues to grow. Here are some of the great producers putting out top-notch shows. David and Joshua Jakes for Cast and Blast. Bob Pete, Science for the Win. Bob Slipke and Ted Schneider for Something to Think About. Mike Kassler and Dave Sanaki for Tech Talk. Jim Wunderlich for Word of Mouth.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Matt Rosenberg, Standing Room Only. Craig and Kyle Callahan for the Kyle and Craig Show. And the winner for this year's Outstanding Talk Program, Rusty Silver and Pat Cameron for Sports Talk. Sports Corner. Sports Corner. Oh, and Ron. Ron, they didn't put you on the program, man.
It's got your name on it. Oh, that's even more.
Congratulations to Outstanding Talk Programs.
Thank you.
do have a separate category this year for informative talk program. All right. Outstanding informative talk shows on WRLR this year have included Lou Bruno and Ann Walker for CERT Presents. Bob Monahan for Everyday Law. Dave Mearsma for the Dave Mearsma Show. And the winner for Outstanding Informative Talk Program is Kathy Myers for the Best Hour. And our final talk category is for inspirational talk. Both of the shows being recognized in this category, I had the pleasure of training the producers for those shows, and really happy to see them grow into being a regular part of the WRLR family. First, we got Zenobia Tantra and Josie Mera for Zen Wisdom. And this year's winner for Outstanding Inspirational Talk Program is Pastor Gary Ricci, What's for Lunch? All right, the next group, a large pile, is for Outstanding Contemporary or Modern Music Program. Whether they're local artists trying to make a name for themselves or underground favorites in Portugal that haven't made it to America yet, we have done a really good job at WRLR at bringing these unheard artists to the Lake County audience, and that's a big part of what we're here to do. And whether they're local or far away, we're doing a more and more thorough job at it all the time. So let's recognize this year's Outstanding Contemporary or Modern Music Programs. First we have Club Mix, Mike B. No, Mike B's not here. Tyler Lang again for Garage Noise. Al Weissman in a Nutshell. Carolyn Howard for Metal Mayhem. Adam and Maureen Hune for Perpetual Playlist. Chris Zimmerman for Something Different. Cheryl Dunlap for Soul Sweet. Mick Cullen for Subterranean. He's a joker. The Mighty Marmalade Music Hour, Sean Hauser and Tim Willis. And we didn't forget you this year, Tony Young, for the mix. in a crowded category, this year's award winner for Outstanding Modern Music Program is Dave Ramey for Chicago Gumbo. Congratulations to all the modern and contemporary music show hosts and producers. All right, moving to Outstanding Classic Music Program. Bob Marley said, "One good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain." These producers and hosts help bring the healing forces of classic rock, disco, funk, new wave, and golden oldies to Lake County. And this year's recognized programs include Paul and Steve Howard for the Brecker Brothers. Captain Ed Ramsey for Chewing Gum Weekend. Mr. Mark Shanahan for Doo-Wop Hour. Ray Zirkle getting loose with Bruce. Rick Haggerty for Radio Roots. Stan Koenig for Yesterday Once More. And in another full category, this year's winner for Outstanding Classic Music Program is Wayne Boyker for Wayne Boyker's Beatle Hour. Congratulations to all the Classic Music Show hosts and producers. All right, WRLR also provides a unique opportunity for local congregations to reach out to address the spiritual needs of Lake County residents. So this year's recognized outstanding worship programs are Reaching, Carrying the Revival, John and Grace Galindo. Pastor Juan Carlos for the Alien Church. And this year's award winner for Outstanding Worship Program is George Burkhart and Dominic Mahoney for the St. Joseph Mass. All right, this year we are also recognizing an outstanding producer who's gone above and beyond, and this was voted on again by the administrators and staff here at WRLR. There are a lot of people who do really great work here. It's difficult to single out just one, but the person who has received this award is no doubt deserving of it. We'd like to recognize this year's outstanding producer as Jim Wunderlich for Word of Mouth. Yeah. This year we also introduced an award voted on by the community of WRLR listeners, those we serve with such zeal and commitment. Hosts encourage our listeners to submit votes on the internet in the traditional Chicago manner of voting. Nonetheless, we tallied them up, and we have an inaugural winner of the People's Choice Award. It is Brock Zwicky for B-Rock Nation. At this time, we're going to present the GEO Award trophies. The GEO Award is awarded to those individuals and organizations who have excelled in supporting WRLR 98.3 with their time, talents, financial support, and other good works in the community. The event and award are named after the late State Senator Adeline J. GEO Karras, who was an early and dedicated supporter of WRLR. So the first goes to a guy who I have heard was basically running everything here at the station while he was here, caring for the IT, the website in the early days, basically doing every job that needed to get done. WRLR's first ever station manager, or at least the first one who showed up to do the job. Stan Bauer.
Good evening. Welcome and congratulations on the Tech Talk thing, even though you did rip it off from the segment of my program. That Kessler was actually part of my program. But anyway, it's wonderful to be here. When Vish called me and asked me to come tonight, that in and of itself was kind of a shock. It's been a while. But, I kind of thought the idea of me speaking, actually having a microphone at a WRLR event, would have been kind of like, I don't know, Megyn Kelly and Donald Trump dancing down Rollins Road singing "We Are the World." What about that Donald Trump, right? I haven't seen Republicans go so crazy since they threatened to shut down the pork chop on a stick booth at the Iowa State Fair. Anyway, back in the day, I'm not going to make everybody wait through a whole routine, so I'm just going to say something real quick. Everything that when I walked in to the station the first time, I looked at about 10 miles of wire going from a finished room across the unfinished ceiling into a jail cell. I was like, what the hell did I get myself into? And a few months later, we had a candle lit, and the coolest thing about it, because Adeline GEO Karras was a great friend of my family, a personal friend of mine, and to have her there that night to push that button, even though the button didn't really do anything, it was still cool. It was still very symbolic, and it's just a secret between you and me. And to have her there and to have these awards be named in her name is a true tribute to one of the state's greatest ladies. And I think we need to give her a hand. I haven't been around, I haven't been visible, I've kind of been in the background doing my own thing, these days, but I've been listening. And what you guys are doing is cool, and you're keeping that spirit going, and there's a lot of fresh, new, excitement around WRLR, which is very cool. And I'm really proud of every one of you who have been part of things. This one I trained. And there was a couple of folks that are still here, and I even kind of sneak in on club mates once in a while with Mike. We do need to remember Mike tonight. He couldn't be here. He wanted to be here. He had a kind of a bad accident, got pretty banged up. So be thinking about him and his recovery, because he's got a long way to go. Also, while you're thinking about people, since we are all media and we are all in one big family, be thinking about those people out in out in Virginia tonight too, okay? And, you know, thank you very much for keeping this going and making the initial effort that we that we put out there in the first place, which was crazy, to get this thing going, keeping it going. 10 years. Guys did it, man. Congratulations and thank you. It's really good to be with you.
All right. Our second GEO Award winner tonight. Our most efficient person ever to serve in his role. He is the one that you get the emails from when your dues are late. He is the one who is distributing your mail. He is the one who is doing one of the most thankless and tedious jobs here, combing through the library, finding duplicates of songs and songs with mislabeled titles, and it is not fun and it takes a long time, and he doesn't complain about it. He is our assistant office manager, Rich DiDomenico.
When I came this evening, I got 2 of these already, and there's other people that really deserve this as well too. You're a fantastic team to work with, and we're doing it all for you, and we're going to continue to grow in the future years. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
The next GEO Award goes to the first person from WRLR that I ever had contact with. Although I don't think that person knows that. Back in 2009, actually it was in 2008 that I sent an email when I heard about this station that existed 15 minutes from my house that I didn't even know was there. And I said, hey, I'd really like to do a show, and I got a response only 4 months later. But somebody responded, and here I am 6.5 years later now hosting the award. So, thank you to this guy. He helped bring people together. He was his own one-man show in a lot of ways, a lot like Stan. He is a regular co-host on Tech Talk. He was the former station manager and the longest-serving station manager, Dave Zanaki.
Thanks. Hi, everybody.
And then the fourth GEO Award goes to the entity that has hosted us, supported us, helped us to get started, and continues to support us today, the Village of Brown Lake Heights. Represented by Dominic.
I didn't want to accept this. I was hoping that the other trustees would have made it tonight. They couldn't. But thank you very much, and we do. We love you guys. You're our family, and this is what makes it all work. We'll always support you. And let's just keep this up, and we'll do another 10 years. Thank you.
We have one very special award here, and I'd like to read it before we hand it over. Be it known in recognition of his sincere dedication and exuberant efforts for WRLR and its mission, and also service to the men and women of the U.S. Armed Forces, we hereby, the Board of Directors, designate that from this day forward, the GEO Award Member Extraordinaire, which we are about to award, will now be called the Rich Kingsley Member Extraordinaire Award. So in recognition of this, we'd like to hand this commemorative certificate to Julie and Caitlin Kingsley on behalf of Big Time DJ Rich Kingsley. so with that in mind, these are the Rich Kingsley Members Extraordinaire Awards. Every organization needs people who put on their hard hats, tote their lunch pails, put their nose to the grindstone, and not let up a bit until the job gets done. They don't always get the glory, but tonight at least they get a trophy. Whether it's adding to the music library, repairing the transmitter, rewiring the studio, or administrating the difficult decisions and calls that need to be made, these members have earned the right to be called Members Extraordinaire. So, the first goes to Mike Kassler.
I guess I would say I feel one of the least unlikely people to get it, but I will say the iPad was coming, the iPhone app.
Although not present, we also have one member extraordinaire to recognize David Jakes. One of the hardest working people here, and one of my favorite people to work with. It's been a pleasure working with him on a number of different projects, and without him, the place falls apart, and that is Sean Hauser.
Well, you're not getting it back, man.
And the winner of this trophy, no. You know, WRLR, I said this last year, is like a family. And my wife will know I have brothers I like, I have brothers I don't like, sisters I like, and sisters I don't like. And I like everybody here. Except, no. But no, seriously, thanks for this. You guys are great, and just to be here, coming in ninth year into 10, I'll take credit for all of it. But no, I mean, I think everybody who's here tonight should really be proud of what you guys have built. Whether you've been here for 10 years, whether you've been here for a couple of months. I mean, this is truly a unique experience, and I think a lot of us have found a creative outlet, a sense of community, maybe a mentor or two along the way. And so I'm just glad to be a part of this family with you all. So thank you for this award.
The next GEO Award goes to somebody whose work is often behind the scenes and not witnessed by a lot of people, but when I was interim program director, when I've had issues as music director, he has always been there instantly by email to solve things that I didn't even know were solvable. And he continues to do all of those things unflappingly, positively, even like volunteering to take the hit when I screw something up. Telling Bish, oh, that was probably my fault. No, actually, that was my fault, but thanks. And he's like that for everybody. He is easy to work with, and without him, again, the place really falls apart. It's Chris Zeman.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the next guy is going to want to use the microphone. I don't know that there's anybody here who has an easier time talking to anyone about anything than the next recipient, and that's great. When he's on Saturday mornings, he has no problem going in any direction, moving on a split second's notice when he needs to. He's out there covering high school sports in ways that really reflect what WRLR's mission is. We are here for the community, giving exposure to things that wouldn't necessarily be given exposure otherwise, and he treats everyone from high school on up to college athletic directors to the pros with the same level of respect and enthusiasm, and we would not be the same place without him. Rusty Silver.
Thanks, Vic. Not sure what to say up here. Really, I gotta thank the guys that are with me in the sports staff, because these guys, and I'll mention names, Ron, Wes, Matt, and Pat. These guys are the ones that make the sports staff work. I mean, I'm just there sitting back behind basically the microphone and in the studio, make sure the show gets off right. I mean, these guys are the ones that work it together. It takes a team to do it. That's what I try to make it work. And to tell you the truth, it is a lot of fun to do the show on a Saturday morning. We do have a lot of experience, a lot of chemistry, and it just flows together. And these guys are the ones that make it happen. So I give a lot of credit to people like Pat, because we've been around working from the old days back at KRS, and without them, the show doesn't work, and a lot of things don't really happen. As for doing the high school football and basketball games like we've done, I also give hands out to them. And also I got to throw hands out to Chris Zeman too, because he's been very helpful to get those broadcasts out to you. So, thank you, everybody.
One more hand for all of our members extraordinaire and GEO Award winners. And that's it for the awards. I am supposed to turn this over to Al, actually.
50-50.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Al. They lied to me. It's time for the 50-50 raffle winner to be announced. I will hand it over to Bishop.
Before we do the raffle, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. It's great to see all the old faces, new faces. This is a phenomenal 10th year for WRLR. We have grown leaps and bounds. And one of the funny things as we were putting all this together was we were looking at, Sean was asking for pictures, so we were digging in shoe boxes and boxes out in the garage, coming across the pictures and looking on computers and so forth. And one thing I noticed was that in 10 years that I still look as thin as I was back then. So some things don't change. But it's been a great ride, and I think we definitely have another positive decade ahead of us. I don't see us going anywhere. Again, I want to thank key members, especially Stan. I mean, the awards well received for Stan and Dave Sanaki. These were guys that kept the station going. They made it look like we knew what we were doing. When we didn't, really. And we were learning as we were going. So, there was a program that's put together. We usually don't distribute it until the awards are given out, so, obviously for the surprise. And that will be passed out now, so you're more than welcome to look through those. It has all the nominees and all the winners and what have you. Ironically, by design, we have an empty table. That's not by accident. Right, Don? I think we thought about this.
That's right.
That empty table represents the future for the other people that will be sitting in this room and as we go forward. A lot of new people will be coming, a lot of interns. We're very excited about the intern. And I think that we're this close to closing a deal with CLC, so we're going to formally announce that we are going to be partnering with CLC and Lancer Radio with Mick, who is also the station manager over there at CLC for Lancer Radio. So on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, the airways at WRLR will give way to the students at CLC from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And so that will give them an opportunity, I believe 2-hour shows, right? Yes, so that's exciting. And they'll be doing that during the school year, and after the school year, they're more than welcome to continue their shows or come over to WRLR and be a part of the stations as formal interns that way. So a lot of good things going on. And one of the ways I got Stan and Dave to come out here was that they were supposed to be guest speakers. They didn't know they were going to be winning. Stan did a little bit of his speech. I hope he did most of what you. But
one last thing to do here before we turn it over for entertainment. We would be remiss if we did not recognize the WRLR staff by name. So let's do that. Mike Bermucci, Chief Engineer, as we know he's not here, but let's send some applause out his way. George Buckard, Office Manager. Pat Cameron, our Program Director. Chris Carmody in IT Support. Rich DiDomenico, our Assistant Office Manager. Our Station Manager, Cheryl Dunlap. Traffic and Production Manager, Carolyn Howard. Mike Kassler, IT Development. Underwriting Manager, Dominic Mahoney. Bob Pete in IT Support. Brock Zwicky, our Social Media Manager. And our Sports Director, Rusty Silver. Thanks to all the staff for your hard work. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over